episode all the way from Tanzania, and we're going to talk about
Ivory Coast,
a country that we have been there almost a year ago. Welcome everyone, welcome to a new episode of Podway, and this is your host Hussein Blabas.
And this is Bettina Gottschalk.
And we're filming this episode all the way from Tanzania, and we're going to talk about
Ivory Coast,
a country that we have been there almost a year ago. And
oh yeah?
Almost, yeah. It's like 3 months left or 2 months left to finish a year. But yeah, you know, overland in Africa, sometimes they don't have all the time in the world and all the best conditions to make episodes all the time. So here we are today, and we're making this episode about Ivory Coast. So stick around and listen to us.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's a little bit cold here, actually.
Yeah, we're in...
Surprisingly. Not in
in
Zambia.
Tanzania. And it's surprisingly cold, but it's a very nice. We're happy about the weather.
Actually, it's this area where we are at the moment. It's like Europe. It's really like Europe.
We're in the middle of the forest. The car is behind us, just
it's
in a
kind of forest.
Yeah. It's very, very nice. And that's why we're filming in this beautiful forest. We're taking advantage of the fact that we're here. And yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. And let's jump into Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I mean, let's start first. You know, I know it's something mostly we do at the end of every episode, but what does Ivory Coast, you know, when you say the word Ivory Coast, what does brings to you, you know, what bells does it ring?
You mean now on our journey?
Yeah.
Well, mostly I think about rest.
Okay.
Trying to fix the car.
Okay.
And also spending time with our Lebanese friends.
Yeah, that's true.
So that is that. What is it from you, more or less?
For me, Ivory Coast was a lot of rain, for sure.
Oh yeah, especially in Abidjan.
Yeah, Abidjan on the beach side,
Yeah.
all the beach side was a lot of rain. When I remember Ivory Coast, I remember a lot of rain. I don't have big connections with the country, but I have big connections with the Lebanese community there that we met.
Yeah.
But with the country itself, I wouldn't travel back to, but I would love to travel back to Ivory Coast.
To see them.
Yeah, to be with the people that I really appreciate and love, and yeah, it was very nice to be with them.
Mm.
That's for me Ivory Coast. I mean, we stayed almost a month in the country, and but most of it was resting, a lot of resting.
Yeah, I mean, more or less, we were not really doing sightseeing there, but it was from the beginning when we entered Ivory Coast, it was already clear for us, because we had in Guinea at the end a breakdown, and it was just like an African fix.
Yeah.
So we were like prepared to kind of go straight to the capital, and because all the other roads going to the beach, they're like pissed.
Yeah, rough, and even our friends, they broke stuff.
And our friends, they were like traveling there, and they said it's a lot of rain because it was in the rainy season. So they said it's a lot of rain, and that a lot of campsites, they were even closed. And the thing is that you also always have to pay money at the beach to camp there, even if it's in a village. And they said like it's not nice because it's quite rain. So we were like, okay,
Yeah,
when we are not
enjoy the beach. Yeah, if it's rainy, I think you would never enjoy the beach that much.
So we were like even saying like, no, we won't
we
skip it. We go directly to Abidjan. We made a small detour.
Yeah, we stopped in Yamoussoukro, the capital of the country, and it was beautiful. It was nice actually there.
No, it's very cool because there is the largest basilica of the world, even though it's not admitted.
Yeah, but it's the biggest.
But it's very cool.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect this kind of building.
No, you enter there, you feel like you are maybe in Rome or, you know, something like that.
I sent pictures to my family, and they said like, are you back at Europe? Is your journey done? No.
But yeah, Ivory Coast, just to put you in context, we arrived into Ivory Coast after 5 or 6 months, never sleeping in a bed.
Yeah.
So it was like 6 months. We were just the whole time, outside in nature, outside in our rooftop tent. It was quite a hectic 6 months. So we arrived in June, and it was the middle of the rainy season. So we were really looking forward to have a bed. That's why first thing we did was take an Airbnb in the country, in the city of Abidjan. And we said, no, we're not leaving this apartment unless it's necessary.
Yeah.
Because we were like 6 months, imagine this, 6 months, you're always outside in nature.
It was like we wanted to have a break also from the car.
It's like, I feel like sometimes when you live in the car for a very long time, it starts getting into your mind and you want to get out of the car, like not to be in the car, not to drive the car, because we had a wonderful time, because of the car, because of the way we traveled. But still, I think you need somehow a break sometimes from this very tiny space where you can have a bed, you don't have to move, to organize every day or close every day, where you have a kitchen where everything is sorted and organized. Hot shower, you don't have to struggle finding water. Yes.
So you can have alone time also.
So Wi-Fi, internet, easy, Netflix, all these things actually, the things we take for granted in our daily life back home in Morocco or in Europe, these things we were looking forward to have again, because you wouldn't feel sometimes how important and valuable they are in your life till you can't have them. And we're lucky that we can have both. We can have the nature whenever we want. We can have this human interaction whenever we want. And also now that we can actually take breaks and enjoy that other part of the life also.
Yeah, I think also it is important to break the cycle of traveling sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like also in your daily routine, sometimes you cannot just work and work. You also have to make breaks and go on holidays. So for us, it's our holiday.
That was 10 days.
Taking an Airbnb is our holiday from the car, even though everyone would say we are on holiday full time. But we're
well, it's not. It's
not.
We talked about this before, and overlanding, traveling is not same as tourism. It's a different matter.
Yeah.
And but entering Ivory Coast was, the borders, once we skipped Guinea, because we exited Guinea, we entered to Ivory Coast, it's a different.
It's really like, I'm telling you, even if you see the border, Guinea, pissed, and then there is like a row as a border, and then you see the other side is the street and the sign Ivory Coast with the flag.
So it's very different.
Like, wow.
But we were lucky that the borders were super quiet. We didn't have not so many people there, maybe just few people in the bus, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the border was super chill. We thought maybe we would have trouble because Bettina, we didn't get the sticker.
The sticker in. Because we know that the border, when you go from Guinea to Senegal, there is a big trouble because they want that you have a sticker in your passport, which you get just in Guinea-Conakry.
But we didn't get that.
Didn't get it.
But the officer was very nice.
No, they are cool there.
They gave us some candy even and stuff, so he was very, very friendly and nice.
Yeah.
After that, we went to Ivory Coast. They were super friendly also and nice. Very professional. He took us to an office. How long you planning to stay?
The question is 30 minutes.
Yeah, around 30 minutes chatting and stuff, and then signed everything, stamped our entry, and we were good to go. However,
maybe before you skip now, the thing is also that for the visa, you were visa free.
Yes.
Hussein is visa free, and I had to make a visa. I got it in Ivory Coast. It was
we got it in Guinea.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
We got our visa in Guinea-Conakry, and it was for
58
euros for 3 months.
And it's also multiple entries. So it was also very easy. It took 1 day.
1 day, yeah. We applied at the morning. The next morning we got the visa.
It was so easy and
just we filled one form and that's it. Yeah. Nothing else, literally.
It was really, really simple process and yeah. I think we had to pay online the money.
Yeah, it was online.
And then you have like a slip with the code, and this one you bring to the office, to the embassy. They scan it, they see you paid, and then you bring passport picture, and that's it. And when we entered, it is also that like some countries, they want the yellow fever vaccination. And Hussein, he didn't have it so far because you didn't want to do it in Morocco. Because
no, for Morocco, it's costly to do it in Morocco for me because I have to go all the way to Casablanca. It's a day trip. You have to take a day out of your journey, of your life. Go all the way to Casablanca, get the appointment, get the shot, and then travel back. So I said to Bettina, I will do this on the way. And for Senegal, they didn't ask me for it.
Gambia, they did. But you
Gambia, I said, oh yeah, maybe I have it somewhere. And they said it's fine. Guinea Conakry, they didn't ask me for it. I entered without any problem.
Yeah.
And then when we arrived to Ivory Coast, they asked me for it. And they said, oh, you can make it here. And they paid 1,000 for it. 10,000, I think.
With the book.
Yeah, with the, I paid $10. We're around 7,000 or 8,000, something like that.
$10 and you got the international book.
And I got an international health certificate from them that I'm using since, I've been using since.
Also gave you another vaccination, cholera.
They gave me yellow fever, cholera, and something else. So 3 shots, and my hand was dying. But all was professional. All they were super good and friendly, so it was no problem at all. Until we arrived to the next town, which is like 10 kilometers away from the main border, where the customs are. And the guy there, he was trying to make trouble for us because we don't have a CGP. Yeah. So I told him, I have the right to have this paper, the temporary import permit, and it's for normally 6 months for every car. But
and it's for free.
It's for free. But he didn't want to make it, and he wanted money. He said, no, you have to have an escort to take to the other town where you can make it, and blah, blah, blah. And at the end, I told him, okay, I don't want to. We parked the car here. We parked, we had lunch.
Yeah.
And then we waited a little bit, and I locked the car. We said to him, okay, we go to the next city in a taxi, and then we make it there, and then we come and take the car.
Because he cannot say anything to it,
And then he said, oh, just take the car and go.
Yeah, he said that you were rude and that's why he didn't want, and he was making up things. The fact is, we already knew about it.
Yeah.
And Hussein was prepared. He already had
I had the law
on his phone, and we knew that probably this would happen. So we were kind of prepared, and then it's a little bit easier to handle these kind of situations. Because, it can happen and then you already have a plan in your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was not a big issue at the end. It took us 30 minutes to get released from him. And then when we went to the next town, we got the chip done in around 3 hours. Because they had to be signed by 4 or 5 people.
Right.
And they are in the capital. So they had to send the paper via WhatsApp to the capital, sign it, send it back to another guy. So it was quite a hassle. But at the end, we got the paper and it was fine, and we could stay in the country without any problems, without paying for a CGP or a tip. So it was free also. And that was it. We entered the Ivory Coast. It was fun, always good, until we understood that Ivory Coast is not Guinea. Ivory Coast is more populated than Guinea and also has so many farms.
Yeah, actually, because we took the highway road, which is in very, very good and perfect conditions. But because there are so many farms, it was a little bit difficult, more or less, for us to find sleeping spots.
Yeah.
We are so happy that there are always the dirt quarries. They were our friends. So most of the time we slept in the dirt quarries, apart from one spot, which was a very beautiful lake.
Yes.
And we stayed there for a few nights.
It's a man-made lake with birds, a lot of type of birds.
So nice. You can go even swim there, and the people there were so kind and stuff. And either way, we didn't see a lot. We went to Abidjan.
Straight forward to Abidjan.
We were like...
We cannot recommend sightseeing spots in this episode for Ivory Coast.
Apart from Yamoussoukro and the lake.
Yamoussoukro and a little bit the beach in Assine.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we cannot recommend anything. This is not an episode for that. This is just to tell you that traveling Ivory Coast can be easy when it comes to paperwork. There is not so much corruption happening. It's okay. Maybe the police checkpoints, they would ask you for...
They make the drug tests also, but it's an official thing.
Yeah, but it's okay,
Okay.
And our journey to Ivory Coast lasted for around 26 days, but most of it was in Abidjan. So we didn't see a lot of the country. We stayed in Abidjan for most of it. And then after Abidjan, we just drove to the north to join Ghana from the other border in the north.
Yeah.
But yeah, for money, I think it was easy to get money everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we were just like one thing, what I remember what we struggled a little bit with was that we couldn't find water so easy because we were already so used to Guinea, where you always stop in a village and they have the forage. So now, because all of them, they have it in the house.
Yeah.
So we always had to check in the fuel station or somewhere. But I think most of the people really, they go to the beach and they always say the beaches are so beautiful in Ivory Coast. We can't say much about it because the beach where we stayed is quite dirty.
Yeah.
Because it's very close to the
Ghana.
the Abidjan.
It's close to Ghana.
And there are then a lot of boats who they make fishing and they also throw stuff in the ocean.
Also, it's close to the biggest.
To the dump place from Ghana. So yeah, we cannot tell so much about it. We cannot say so much about the people. We just know that there are a lot of Lebanese people in Ivory Coast. I think the most in all of Africa.
Yeah, it's 40% of the economy is Lebanese there. So
they have also like big malls and nice
Big
things
community.
and
But when it's
Lebanese, they have so nice.
But when it comes to supplies, it's easy to get everything in Ivory Coast. Anything you want, there is big brands, Carrefour, all these big brands for supplies. When it comes to also car parts, it's also not so difficult to get everything there. It's just Ivory Coast is more pricey than Guinea or the other countries surrounding it.
Well, it's a CFA country again.
Yeah, and so the Ivory Coast actually is way more expensive than all the countries in the region. And it's also because the life there is in a better, Ivory Coast has a better life standards than all the countries in the region.
Yeah, Abidjan has so and so. Because we went once to a restaurant and we thought like we will have some breakfast and we ordered some waffles and we were so happy and stuff. And then it was like already a little bit pricey, but we said, okay, it's fine. And then we ordered chocolate and sauce for the waffles. And at the end, she gives us a bill. And then we were like, why is it so expensive? Because there are the prices. And then he said, well, the chocolate is an extra €3 per waffle. Yeah. And we were like, what? For this little bit zip of chocolate, you have to pay €3 more? And she was like, yeah. And we're like, well, it's not in the menu. He's like, that's how it is. I'm like, okay, well, that was a very...
No, it's in general, you can have a cheap life, you can have an expensive life. But in general, Ivory Coast is an expensive country.
Yeah.
Because once you enter from either Liberia or Sierra Leone or Guinea-Conakry or Ghana, these three countries are way cheaper than Ivory Coast. So you are in the middle and this country is more expensive.
So all of them don't have CFA.
It's also because of taxes, life, how everything is in Ivory Coast is better in ways than other countries in the region. So life is more expensive in general. But in the small shops and markets, everything is cheap again. A lot of fruits, a lot of pineapples, a lot of bananas. Depends on which season you are there. But yeah, it's quite easy. Any recommendations for Ivory Coast?
I mean, I liked this small city next to Assini where we went to, which was
the old capital.
Yeah, the old capital. It's very close to Abidjan. It's in the way to Assini. There is a small city. I think something with Grand something. However, there is a nice city. This is something, and there is a China mall. We went to the China mall to buy some small things. It's nice,
Yeah.
But yeah, sighting-wise, as you said, we cannot really recommend. We cannot really say a lot of things about Ivory Coast because we didn't travel much. We were just in an apartment.
No.
And we don't want to say something which you cannot make a picture from this.
But yeah, for internet, it's a little bit more expensive also than the other countries for sure.
They finally have bakery stuff again.
You can have baguette and bakery everywhere. Also, it's easy. When it comes to supplies in general, it's easy. You can find everything you want in the country.
Yeah.
Meat, chicken, all sort of things when it comes to supplies. When it comes to wild camping, it's more difficult in Ivory Coast to wild camp because of that fact that the country became a big palm and rubber farm. So everywhere is palm oil farms and rubber farms. So everywhere is difficult to get access because most of the places are private. We manage to sleep in different places, but very, very rarely to find a good spot where you would say, oh, okay, we'll spend here a few days or a few nights because the country has so many people and it's quite...
yeah, that's mostly why the people go to the beach.
Yes, because on the beach maybe you could wild camp easily there, But apart from that, wild camping can be a little bit difficult in Ivory Coast unless you want to just drive through direct to the beach. But in general, it's a beautiful country to visit. I wouldn't recommend to spend more than 2 weeks in the country because it doesn't have so much to offer apart from the beach. And even the country itself, it just promotes mostly just the beach. So there is not much to see. For the people of the country of Ivory Coast, we didn't connect with them so much. We just once or twice, we chatted with the guys from this fish
From the lake.
from the lake, and they were super nice and friendly. But apart from that, we didn't have so many connections with the people from the country. So we cannot advise so much about Ivory Coast. And I think for me, talking about the country itself just brings back directly the Lebanese people. It doesn't bring anything about the country. I don't have any emotional connections with Ivory Coast. I have emotional connections with the Lebanese people there.
Yeah. So that's it, actually, I would say, because we cannot say a lot about it. No, just I think with the visa, how it is with the CDP, we applied there also for Ghana, and that was that.
Yeah. In general, the roads are good in the country, in general, just apart from some parts here and there. But in general, the roads in the country are very good. There are some good highways. You can just cross the country quickly if you want. There are roads everywhere in a good condition, even in the north. When we went all the way in the north to cross to Ghana, the road was very good. The border guys, they're very professional and nice, so everything was smooth in both sides, even when we wanted to exit the country to Ghana. And it's not a country that makes your life challenging. It's a country where you rest mostly after being in Guinea, Conakry, Guinea-Bissau.
I think for most of the travelers, it's a resting country.
It's a resting country. And you come there because you want to have some luxury life, like a little bit of luxury life for us is just having a bed. It's not being in a nice hotel, no, just having a bed and having a shower. This is luxury for us. And that's it, I think, for today's episode.
That's
it. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next one about Ghana. Tschüss.